Okay, we're watching Unitato play Sigma and Paraiso. This is unranked. I assume you mean placements because I see that there's first and second halves, so this is not a quick play game. This is what you said. I'm trying to get better as a tank right now. I'm not sure exactly how. In this game, I was having a bit of trouble keeping the Winston in check and utilizing cooldowns, especially in round 2 defense. We held first point pretty well, but after we lost it, I didn't really know how to take back control of payload. I guess I wanted to know what I should be more aware of in and out of fights and how to position myself. So for starters, if you're not even ranked yet, then this is like very early in your Overwatch career. Like, just play more games is the short answer. Like yes, you can get tips, but you probably just need to play the game a whole lot more. Would be my quick thought here. Number one. Number two, Sigma versus Winston is definitely a tricky matchup. It's definitely Winston favored for sure. I don't think it's necessarily that I would have to switch. I would depend on what the rest of the team comp is and what's kind of going on there, and whether or not my team's kind of, like, for example, if I have a Reaper on my team who's smart and is like peeling the Winston, then the Winston's not really a problem, right? Especially if they have snipers hit scan like they do in this game, that I feel like I can still get value as Sigma. But if they're doing like Winston, Genji, Tracer, I'm switching right away because I'm not going to do anything as Sigma. So for starters, just because you say that this is probably bronze slash silver, we can take a look at the gameplay and see what happens. To keep in mind the way Sigma's playstyle is, Sigma wears down the enemy, right? He's not fast. He's not like, oh, I'm gonna go in and kill everybody really, really quickly. He just wears them down slowly, continually applying pressure, right? He does 110 damage per shot, just constantly wearing them down until they eventually collapse. That's how you win a Sigma. You cannot rush the fight. That's really important. You cannot rush the fight. If you're like, I'm going to go in there and try to win right away, then you will die and you will lose, because basically all the other tanks are going to be better at fighting quick, brawly fights than you are, right? Number one. Number two is you can't take off the pressure. You can't take breaks. For example, if I'm shooting a Rhine Shield, okay, I can't do anything until the Rhine Shield breaks. If I try to do something before the Rhine Shield breaks, the Rhine walks into me and kills me. So I have to shoot the Rhine Shield until it breaks. But if it breaks, I can't then go take a break, right? I can't then be like, oh, let me go do something else, because then I lose my advantage. The Rhine Shield regenerates, and then we just go back to square one, right? And I have to start again, break the shield down. So you have to continually apply pressure until they break. That is Sigma's playstyle, right? In a nutshell. So Winston's interesting because Winston, right, unless the Winston is making poor decisions and dropping bubble in front of his team or something like that, you're basically not going to be interacting with the Winston, okay? The Winston's probably going to be jumping your backline or something like that, or jumping you, and then you just keep moving forward, pressuring the DPS and the supports until eventually you take the point, right? So if you imagine I walk forward here, I pressure up here, okay, until they virtually have to cover, and then I get in, I climb the stairs, I go up here, I pressure, they have to fall back, I pressure, right? Then they fall back here, I pressure, I come high ground, I pressure, eventually they're either dead or off the point and we cap. That should be your perspective. Obviously, they're going to do stuff to try to prevent me from doing that, but we'll see how it plays out. So this shield is just not really great because high ground is typically more problematic here. The soldier's low ground, but the soldier will not be here for very long. First of all, the soldier's already injured, A, but B, it's like you can easily kill a soldier if he stays low ground. Like the soldier has to leave this position, so I would just shield off high ground, because you notice you're not actually shielding high ground here, right? They can still shoot you. I would just shield high ground here and then shoot the soldier to force him out. Right. You see, again, you're taking damage from up there, and you're taking damage from the soldier. So Lucius come down here to try to save the soldier, right? This soldier should die right here. So you have a great rock opportunity. Right now, I'd rock, right? I want to aim the rock right here, and he's dead. When people jump, it makes them very predictable in their motions. Like, if he jumps this way, he has to land in this spot. Then he can wiggle a little bit. But if you start the rock as he's jumping, and you throw it here, the rock has a huge hitbox, like a really large hitbox, and it makes it quite likely that you would hit him here. And if you hit him, then you fire your orbs, and he dies, because the combo does 210 damage, which is enough damage that will kill him instantly. Alright, fine. Lucio's here, that's fine. Right? So, again, Winston's here, fine. If Winston wants to drop on me, I throw shield over here, behind the Winston, so that the other team can't shoot me and can't heal the Winston, and I just kill him. Winston only does 60 damage a second, right? You do something like 100 damage a second, not including rock. You're going to obliterate him at close range. Okay? Plus, your team can help you, but their team cannot, assuming you shield off the Winston. So Winston dropping on you here is a bad idea. You should just walk forward and kill him. So again, you're not using your shield at all, and that's why you're taking so much damage right now. Okay, fine. Lucio's in your face. Kill Lucio. I know this is bronze. This has to be bronze. I know this is bronze, but like, don't let Lucio's just like hop around in your face like that. Kill the Lucio. And you think, oh, it's so hard to hit the Lucio. You will not climb if you cannot hit people who are in your face. Is the short answer, right? If a Lucio is doing stuff like this, right, where he's just kind of walking in a straight line, and then he just kind of rides over here. Like, this is not evasive movement, you know what I mean? He's just moving in a straight line. You have to kill him in that situation. Okay, so your grasp does not work on Winston Tesla. It does just the zapping does not beam effects do not get absorbed. Only projectiles do. Also, you aren't even particularly low. There's no need to grasp here, right? Just step back and break the bubble, right? And as soon as the bubble breaks, the monkey is very vulnerable. Okay, you missed the rock. Okay, I mean, misses happen. I think it's a good time to use a rock, right? I would put shield up right now. Your shield's full, right? You have 700 health right here. Put shield up. Bring something too much damage. Yeah, okay. So I would start by saying you could absolutely dominate this game if you just had slightly better aim. Because the number of people who are running around like basically in your face at like point blank that you could kill super quickly is innumerable, right? Like all over, you have people just like constantly running around like, oh, I'm just gonna hang over here, oh, I'm gonna hang out over here, and you're just missing a ton of shots is the short answer, right? Even forgetting the positional and ability usage, etc., there are just so many opportunities to just straight up kill people.
Withdrawing the barriers.
So after you throw 2 shots, you can melee, right? And you don't lose any damage because there's a cooldown period before you can shoot again. So you can throw 2 shots and then melee, and then throw 2 shots and melee, and it'll increase your damage just for free. So if I'm here, I hear this, I throw shield up here because I can hear the soldier shooting something, and it's not shooting me, so I assume he's shooting a support, which is exactly what's happening right here. So I would shield off the soldier, so my Ana is safe in this situation because like you're not using the shield for anything else anyway. Right, again, Lucio just kind of jumping around in your face. Okay, Winston goes in. Great. I throw shield forwards to prevent his team from helping, and then I walk backwards. Why do I do this? Because the Winston A is leaping into my team, so I assume I have help from my team. B, I know the Winston doesn't have bubble. Why? Because he just bubbled in front of me. So I know the Winston has like 8 seconds where he's going to be very, very vulnerable right now, right? More than that, 11 seconds. He's got 11 seconds right here where the Winston cannot jump out. 5 seconds until he can jump out, right? But 11 seconds until he's bubble, I can kill him here for sure. Right? You do 110 damage a shot. Okay, Winston only has, what is it, 600 health now? 550. He has 550 health, right? You could kill him in 5 hits, ignoring armor. So 6 hits. 6 hits, you can kill him, right? Not including Rock, right? Rock will do 100 damage, so that's basically 5 hits. You could kill him in 5 hits yourself if he gets no healing by yourself, right? Which means he'll be dead or nearly dead by the time he's jumping out. Okay, Lucio heal. Okay, Lucio heals about 24 health a second, something like that. Like amp, because he heals like 60-ish. So the Lucio's going to give him, another couple shots, but your team is here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just you. Like, you have the rest of your team here to assist in this. Well, yeah, you have 2 people here that can easily help you kill this monkey in this situation. This is a huge overextension by the monkey. This is a bad play by him, and you should punish this, right? Again, the most important thing is to shield off the rest of the team, so it turns into basically a 3v1 right here. Is that what you end up doing? Just not. Right? So you walk inside of the bubble. So you see how low this Winston gets? Like, you didn't even hit him, and the Winston's got like 100 health. If you hit 1 shot here, the Winston's dead. Right? But you walked into the bubble, shot into the bubble, then stepped out, shot into the bubble again. Instead, you should just turn around and kill the monkey. Monkey's still killable. And then use grasp. Nobody's shooting at you. Alright, kill the Winston finally. Alright, missing shots, missing 4 shots. I don't really have, it's not my job to tell you how to figure out how to aim better, but it would be very helpful if you could aim better. Because like this situation where you have a Moira in your face like this close to you, I'm gonna pause. Right here, you should not be missing shots. You have to have, I would say at minimum, a 50% accuracy at this distance if you want to climb. Right? Fundamentally, Overwatch is still a first-person shooter. If you cannot hit targets, none of the positioning tips matter. None of the ability usages matter, right? Because you could make the right play, you could be smart enough and have 10,000 IQ plays, get yourself in the right spot, but if you can't hit people, it doesn't matter because you still need to kill them somehow, unless you play heroes that don't require aim, right? Like Winston, for example. But with Sigma's probably one of the hardest heroes to hit within the game because he has 2 projectiles that come out at staggered timings, and they are slow, right? And they have to bounce instead of instant AoE. So he is one of the most mechanically demanding in terms of attacking heroes in the game. Now, if you enjoy playing him, go ahead. I'm just telling you that you missing here I would consider a mistake at any level. Missing the Moira completely like this, like let's track from this point. Okay, miss 2. Oh, you gotta one of those. But actually, let's start tracking after Winston dies. Alright, miss 2. Miss 2. Miss 2. Right, so you're 0 for 6 right now. Miss 2, 0 for 8. 0 for 9. You know, like, if you're over, it doesn't really matter. Like, that's a good position for you to be in. You're in the Moira's face. Like, she doesn't seem to be using her defensive cooldowns or doesn't have them. She should be dead, right? 0 for 9, all you have to do is hit 4 of those, right? 4 of those and she's dead. Assuming you don't use rock. So, definitely, you just gotta hit targets. You should kill that soldier. So, when you see the soldier running, the soldier's clearly running away from the fight, right? You're shooting at him, and then you hear him to the right, he's clearly running back to his team. So just aim in front of him, throw the rock, right, which will stun him, knock him to the wall, and then kill him. Okay, like right here, he's just running in a straight line, and you just completely whiffed both the shots, and you don't think you use rock. Now you use rock, right, but it's hard, because he's in space, like you hit the Lucio, he gets knocked all the way over here, it's hard to follow up on that shot. You're also not using your shield yet at all. Again, this is a tough thing, where like, you're here, you're in the right spot, like this is not a position problem, you're in the right spot, you're able to do things, like you gotta kill somebody in this situation. I can't believe Anna nano Moira. Your Genji is attacking your backline, which is a whole separate problem, but fundamentally, you gotta kill somebody here. Like, other than Winston, I don't think you have any kills so far. For perspective, if I was in your position at this point in time, I probably would have 6+ kills at this point in time over the first minute if I was in your exact same position and the enemy team was playing the exact same way. Not at my level, right? My level, nobody would be doing this because like their team is like overextending like crazy. But the number of like very easy kills you could have gotten is innumerable, just all over the place that you could be killing people. Okay, you use grass here because you're like kind of panicked, right? Again, you're just shooting. I think that's a good rock to be thinking. Like, you're trying to hit the Moira with the Coalescence. I don't know why the Lucio is just standing. Is he just emoted on this? Oh, he's trapped. He's in the trap. Okay, you gotta kill this Lucio. He's just standing still. Oh my god, he's trapped. You couldn't kill him. Alright, 4 misses. Yeah, so yeah, I don't really have a lot of advice here. I mean, like, obviously we talked a little about shields, and we talked about, you know, grasp not really doing anything. We talked about rocks, but fundamentally is you're just simply not hitting shots. Like, I would say your accuracy, your direct accuracy at this point is probably less than 10%. And your overall accuracy, which includes splashes, is probably like 25% maybe. That's just way too low. Like, to play a Sigma, like, you simply have to hit people. And I don't really have a better way of saying it. Like, if you aren't hitting people, it's not gonna go well for you. All right, so he bubbles here. So the correct response to bubble, okay, generally speaking, is to just back up and break the bubble and then push forward after the bubble is dead. You don't want to be able to zap it. Okay, reasonable rock. The problem is Monkey is like both very tanky and he has jump jets, so he can get out. So even if you rock him, it doesn't do a whole lot. You get nervous, which is fair. You're low. Okay. Alright, so your Junkrat's fragging here, right? He's killed 3. Right, just burn the Monkey down and then again step in. Yeah, this is the right call to step in, right? This is not good mechanics. Okay, so you have an easy opportunity to just fire direct. You try to bounce them like this. Okay, but it makes it take longer because now you're bouncing this path and now it's hitting the bubble, right? Even if he was still in the bubble, that bounce means only going to be doing like 35 damage each, give or take, instead of 55 damage each. Why not just shoot him directly? Like, I don't understand why suddenly you decided to try to bounce these instead of just hitting him directly. Cap. Sorry, I'm sick. Oh. Okay, so Winston is very vulnerable right now, right? You just saw a bubble break. He's quite vulnerable. I think you could have potentially rocked and gotten a kill here. But you know, you're at 381. It's definitely a risk, right? Because you get blown up here pretty easily. I think using grass is still okay as well. Okay, all 3 of these guys are in this room. You should kill them all. every single one of them. If I were you in this situation, I kill every single one of them. Nobody gets away in this situation. This is like the easiest kill opportunity you're ever going to get at Sigma. They're all low, stuck in a room, and you don't know they don't have bubble. I wouldn't even need to use Flux. I would just kill them. I would just straight up kill them. So let's kind of analyze what goes wrong here. All right, break bubble, use blast, grasp. Okay, I shot this next shots. Right, I don't throw rock here. Why do I throw rock? Rock's only gonna hit one person. Right, they have like a little bit of splash. Right, I'm just putting shots straight into them, and then looking for an opportunity to kill somebody with rock. So you get ready for rock. Right, you miss the rock. There are 3 eligible targets, and you throw the rock into the wall. Okay, you get booped backwards, and then you use Flux instead of just attacking. Again, were like reasonably low. You could have killed them. Now you Flux, but you miss everybody because the soldier runs out of it, which is super unfortunate. And now they played, and now they're gonna run over your team. Good rock. Okay, missing. Good, right? So now you're letting shots. Again, no need to grasp here. It's just one Lucio. He's not going to be able to kill you. One Lucio with 50 health, you could easily kill him right now. But instead you're grasping, so you're stuck in this animation. Right? Don't walk into the bubble, right? There's no because you stepped in here and the bubble blocker shot. Just stay outside of the bubble. Okay, set the rock. Again, I wouldn't have started rock there because it's hard. It's a hard angle to throw that rock. Right? You need to like chuck it like over this, and the bubble's here so he can dodge it. So I would not have thrown rock here. Right? Imagine if you would rock now and you rock the Winston to the wall and kill him. Again, remember that shields don't block Tesla beam, right? Tesla can't. Like, you see the Winston's just absolutely annihilating your backline and you're not doing anything about it. I mean, nobody's actually saying that the Winston player is better than you. Winston's just an easier hero to play in this situation because he doesn't need to aim. You know what I mean? Like, he just holds down left click or whatever and just zaps people. And it works, right? He's zapping 3 people. He's doing 180 damage a second, and your damage per second is probably 40, maybe, right? So the Winston's having, over 4 times as much impact. I think that's probably fair right now. It's like the Winston's having like literally 4 times as much impact as you are. You're struggling to kill 2 supports here who are probably going to kill you actually. Yeah. I mean, like, as a tank, this can't happen. As a tank, you can't like fail to kill 2 supports on their own. And before you get disillusioned, I think you're just new at the game, right? You're just super, super new at the game. Come back when you've played 100 hours of Sigma. This stuff's not going to happen. You're going to be absolutely rolling people in this situation. Okay, I don't think it's super worthwhile to watch this whole video, so I'm going to kind of fast forward to the end and see what happens. Do they end up winning? Yeah, they end up winning here. Okay, so let's try to figure out like what could you have done differently in this last fight. Kind of analyzing the situation. Okay, so you have a Kitsune Rush here, you have Junk Tires nearly up, you're going to have Window in a second, which is great because you can make use of Window and you can one-shot people through Window, right, because it doubles damage. So you do 110 normally through Window, you do 220, which will one-shot 200 health heroes. They don't have many ultimates, so this is a winnable fight, for sure winnable fight. No reason to grasp here. Right, you're full health. They're not even looking at you. Don't grasp. Just imagine if you just fire 2 shots right into the Ana right now. That's 110 damage. The Ana panics. Okay, and you got a lot of options from here. The Ana's just standing still. You gotta kill the Ana. Okay, Window is up. Great. So again, shoot any of these targets, but shooting between all the targets is a problem. This is what I call the school of fish problem. You know how in the oceans, right? Fish stay together in a large group of school, so that when a predator comes after it, all the fish dart away, and the predator gets confused because there's too many possible targets. You're having that issue where there's 3 eligible targets here, and instead of targeting any single one of them, you target none of them into this empty space, right? Just focus your eyes on one target and kill that one target, even when there's a lot of possible enemies. Okay, same thing. There's a bubble here, right? You walk trap, unlucky, but like still fine, still winnable. Just destroy, right? Destroy the bubble. Okay, bad rock. Oof. You're taking a lot of damage here because you're getting shot from your right, and you're just not registering what is happening. So, I guess problem number one is you didn't use your shield to block this, which you easily could have to stay alive. Problem number two is you use grasp back here when you didn't need it. And now, right now, this would be the moment you get trapped was an amazing time to grasp, right? Just grasp and look at the Junkrat, and all of a sudden you gain like 300 health in addition to not taking any damage, and then you carry this fight. So that's like the single... Yeah, I think all of your mechanics demonstrate that you just need a lot more hours in Sigma, right? Whatever you have right now, literally pay 20 times as many hours in Sigma, and then come back and ask for another review, because you just aren't familiar with the mechanics of the hero, and that just takes time, right? Just takes time. Sigma's a very tough tank. Definitely, I remember when I learned, I can play almost all the tanks at a high level. I think Sigma is probably one of the hardest tanks for me to figure out how to play when I first started playing Sigma, just because there's a lot of very specific mechanics to Sigma that you have to learn. It's a very complex hero. Okay, cool. Hopefully that helps.